So first of all, thank you for your time today. As most of you just said, my name is Dan Young. I'm a fourth generation Wilmingtonian. I've taught at a number of schools here in Delaware, and I'm really excited to present this idea that we are currently funding. We're starting up called Give a Latte. So Give a Latte basically started through a company that I began with a friend of mine. And the company was called Leadership Excellence Academy for Nonprofits. Both of us were looking for a way to really give back to nonprofits. I serve as chair of a board. She's a grant writer. And what really happened was we started to think that what we want to do was never going to be solved just by a product or a service or an app. We really want to try to be a springboard of generational, institutional, and social change. So Give a Latte, the app, really it's to create a world of intentional donors who consciously and consistently choose contribution over consumption. And one of the things that we're going to do through all of our marketing and outreach efforts is to continue to preach this concept of contribution over consumption. And it just so happens that the way that someone can start to do that is through an app. So we know that there's a major issue and a major need. There's about 1.8 million nonprofits in the United States, and there's been a year over year since COVID about a 7.1% decline in funding for those nonprofits. We know that nonprofits are a $2 trillion industry with over $197.2 billion coming through online apps to those nonprofits. The other important thing we know is that on average, at the time of some research that I did, so this number is larger now, most what we call digital natives, millennials or younger, spend about 20,000 hours of screen time from first grade to college. Now, this is counterbalanced with about 5,000 hours of actual reading time. So we know that if we're going to make a change to how people do things, especially younger people in giving, the solution is through the phone. And so that solution became Give a Latte. Most of us with nonprofit work, we always talk about this concept of, giving time, talent, and treasure to an organization. Well, we want to add giving telephone to the organization, and really, here's how. Um, we know that in from 2020, there was approximately $40 billion of fundraising revenue, and what Give a Latte is doing over the next several years is going after only 0.001% of that total revenue, or 40,700,000. And as funding competition grows, nonprofits have to find new revenue streams with enhanced segmentation. So, Leadership Excellence Academy created Give a Latte to target next generation digital natives. Digital native just simply means they started out their educational career with the internet to create emotional connections for nonprofit needs. And the real key for Give a Latte is that users self-select when they're most likely to give impulsively, and that eliminates the donor marketing guessing game. So, for example, I go to Brouhaha coffee shop every day. I get a $4.25 brewski, which I'm really upset about because it used to be $2.90, but it's a different thing when I have more time. And basically, I can say, hey, every Friday, I want to have more of a contributory behavior. Every Friday, send me a ping through my app and ask me if I want to give that to, let's say, faithful friends, because I have a dog named Stella. Um, in doing that, I am in essence choosing a consumptive behavior I have and turn it into a contributing behavior. So the user experience that we've put together involves targeting Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and through basic terms like a one less pledge, one less latte pledge. So it gives people an opportunity to give up a consumptive behavior in and replace it with a contributory behavior. It's effective because it gamifies the process. It asks users to make an A/B choice instead of yes or no questions. So, for example, would you like to get this latte or would you like to give to Pause for People? It has attractive design and visuals. We just finished the web app this month, and now we're bringing on nonprofits. And it ties urgent event-based needs to push notifications. So, in essence, I'm creating my own push notification in order to give. One thing I know from being a entrepreneurship professor is there's a plethora of ideas, but really what you need is execution. And we've put together a great team to be in a position to execute this vision. There's me, who's the founder and CEO. My dissertation research was based on Impulse Online giving to nonprofits, and so this is based on that research. We have Teresa Huff, who is a partner and a well-known award-winning grant writer. We have Francesca Vavala, who is a experienced chief marketing officer to help us with the marketing. And we have Garrett Love, who's our CTO and technical architect, who builds out the system. Now, what we're doing overall isn't new. A number of businesses like DonorBox, Be Generous, and Next After do this type of work. However, when we take a look at the comparable platforms and all the different things they do, we really wanted to create a platform that was one of a kind in terms of isolating behavior that the donors choose themselves. And then once they make that gift, they have the ability to post that gift on social media. So, for example, I give up my brewski, and on Facebook it says, "Hey, Dan gave up a brewski to give money to Paws for People or Faithful Friends." That not only adds to the coffers of that nonprofit, but it also gives me social media clout for doing that. And that's a great way to market the nonprofit to other people. So it really stands out through these different giving options, a donor-centric experience, fast and secure payments, built-in CRM, cost efficiency, and innovative value propositions. So I know I'm about out of time. So I'll kind of end with the fact that our goal right now, since the platform is built out, is to bring on the first 50 nonprofits, and those first 50 will come from the state of Delaware, and they are able to join 100% free for a year. And I will certainly answer any questions that you have about the rest of our revenue model, but I'm at the end of my 5 minutes, so I'll let you guys ask as many questions as you like. So thank you for your time.